This is the Roborock Q7 M5 Plus, and this is the brand new Dreame D30 Ultra. And quick note, the Dreame was sent to me, but this isn't sponsored, this is my honest comparison. And these are both great robot vacuums, but they solve two very different problems. So the real question is, do you just want help cleaning, or do you want something that actually replaces it? So I put both of these through my own tests to see which of these I like more. The Roborock is what I'd call the reliable everyday option. It's strong, simple, and it does keep your floors clean without making things too complicated. The Dreame is more of a full system. It's designed to take over as much cleaning as possible, especially when things get messy. And to really see the difference, I put the Dreame to a real test. I dumped coffee on the floor, something fine, messy, and honestly annoying to clean. And this is where you can see the difference. The Dreame didn't just push it around, it actually picked it up cleanly in one pass. No leftover dust, it just handled it, and that's where the extra suction and system really starts to show up. Now, to be fair, the Roborock still does a really solid job for everyday cleaning. Dust, crumbs, pet hair, it handles that without a problem. But when you get into finer debris or heavier messes, that's where the Dreame starts to separate. And the same thing does apply to mopping. The Roborock is more of a maintenance wipe, good for keeping things fresh. The Dreame actually scrubs the floors, so if something like coffee spills, footprints, or dried spots happen, that's where it really starts to earn its keep. And on top of that, the Dreame handles more of the process. It empties itself, washes the mop, dries it, so you're not constantly stepping in to manage. The Roborock keeps things simple. The Dreame removes more work from your life. Next, I also want to talk about pets. So first, if you got pets, this is probably your biggest concern. The good news is the Roborock is completely safe to run around pets. It uses sensors to avoid obstacles, and the brushes are designed to handle hair without constantly getting tangled. So in this area, I think it does a fantastic job. The Dreame does go a step further. It has stronger suction and a better brush system, means less hair buildup and less maintenance for you. So both are pet safe, but the Dreame handles pet messes better in my opinion. Now, in terms of mapping, I want to say that both are actually very strong here. They will map your home very quickly, clean and organize paths, and let you set no-go zones in the app as well. So if you want to block off areas like pet bowls, cords, or certain rooms, you can do that easily on both. There's no downside here either way. Now, as far as day-to-day use, yes, this is where the Roborock really does shine. Once it's set up, it's extremely simple. You can schedule it, start from your phone, and basically forget about it. The Dreame is also very easy to use, but there are more features, more automations, more settings. So the Roborock is simpler, the Dreame is more automated. Now, also in terms of the suction, this is where you do start to see separation. The Roborock is strong enough for that everyday cleaning, the dust, the crumbs, and the pet hair. But when you get into heavier messes or finer debris, that's where the Dreame pulls ahead. I tested it with the coffee, and something that usually exposes weaker vacuums is coffee. And it did pick this up very cleanly without spreading it around. It has a process of how it does this. So both are good, but the Dreame is a bit better in this area in my opinion. Now, in terms of battery life, both are solid. They can handle multiple rooms without an issue and will return to charge automatically if needed. For most homes, battery life isn't something you'll have to think about. These are both very solid on battery. Now, in terms of the mopping and water flow, there is a bit of separation here. On the Roborock, you can adjust the water flow in the app, which is nice for controlling how much it uses, but the bigger difference is how they actually mop. The Roborock, from my experience, is more of a light wipe and maintenance clean, whereas the Dreame has these spinning mop pads that you see here that actually really scrub. So it's less about control and it's more about how effective both of these are for mopping. I favor the Dreame for this. Now, if you have carpet, this is where these things start to separate a bit more. The Roborock actually does a really solid job for everyday cleaning. It can handle surface debris, pet hair, and general dust without of an issue, but it's more of a top layer clean. So if dirt or hair is sitting deeper in the carpet, it doesn't always pull everything out in one pass. Now, the Dreame is where you start to see more power. It automatically detects carpet and it boosts suction, and because it's significantly stronger, it is able to pull out more debris with the fibers from the tests that I've done. So especially if you've got pets or higher traffic areas, you'll notice the difference over time. Also, if you're using the mopping feature, the Dreame can lift its mop pads when it hits carpet so you're not dragging moisture across rugs. That's something you don't really think about until it happens. So Overall, the Roborock is good for maintaining carpets, but the Dreame is better for actually deep cleaning them. So overall, if you want something reliable that keeps your floors clean without overthinking it, the Roborock is a really solid option. But if you want the one that I favor that actually handles the tougher messes and takes more of the cleaning off your plate, the Dreame definitely has the edge, and it is new. So at that point, it just comes down to how much work you want to do yourself. Thank you again so much for watching, and I do hope this video helped.